Dates for us for tomorrow, but it's kind of interesting what we can see at least up through November 18th. You can see that we've still got some spots that are considered abnormal in terms of that dryness, and then we've still got some areas that are considered moderate, including down toward Orange County and into Riverside County, down toward San Diego County. But this data only goes up to November 18th. And I'm sure, as you can remember, and I won't make you do all the calculations in your head right now, but we had a couple more rounds of rain that came after November 18th. So I'm really curious to see how that impacts our drought data with this next update, which hopefully we'll get tomorrow. If we don't, though, we'll keep you updated in the long term on that. In terms of what we can expect in the short term, not too much in the way of precipitation, though we'll get to those potential late weekend rain and snow chances. I want to start instead by talking about our current offshore trend. We've got light to moderate winds. Those are driving up our temperatures into the 70s and 80s over the next couple of days. But there are some spots that we've been talking about that might get a little gusty. We do have this wind advisory in place until noon today to account for those potential gusts up to 45 miles per hour. The big thing I want you to keep in mind is I know a lot of people like to put out their holiday decor as early as they can, and if it is not taken down and strapped down really well, it could easily be blowing around your neighborhood. So keep that in mind if you do live in those areas where we expect to see some of those strongest winds. Let's take a look at that future cast. Gusty winds between 30 to even 40 miles per hour from Moore Park to Simi Valley. That's going to continue as we head into your Wednesday afternoon, still looking at some peak wind gusts upwards of 25, even up to 30 miles per hour. By your Wednesday evening, we start to see these taper just a little bit, and then they start to get more on the breezy side as we look ahead toward your Thursday, but still definitely present. You will be noticing those winds if you live in some of these more wind-prone areas, at least until we get into our Thanksgiving afternoon hours. Keep that in mind if you're going to be on the roads. Otherwise, we're not looking at huge hazards for your travel conditions for today. Pretty clear skies. As we get into the evening hours, more of that cloud cover builds in as that ridge flattens out. So it's a cloudy Thanksgiving for us all across Southern California. You can't really escape the cloud cover. And then looking ahead toward your Friday morning, we sneak in some fog. That's going to stay with us as well. And I'm expecting overall, while we will see cloudy conditions, your temperatures are going to be feeling just fine in the mid 70s for your daytime highs, mid 60s by 7 p.m. if you plan on having a little bit of a later dinner. Let's track out your first alert 7-day forecast. Some morning fog going to stay with us as we get into the weekend for the Los Angeles Basin, inland Orange County, and the coast. Now, pay attention to what happens as we move a little bit farther to the east. I'm not too concerned about the valleys in terms of precipitation, but the Inland Empire runs a chance for some possible rain as we look ahead for Sunday. It's a little slider system that comes in, wants to drop a little bit of rain, could do so on the low desert as well, and it could mean some snow showers for our area mountains, mostly as we look from Saturday into Sunday. You can see some cool overnight temperatures there supporting maybe a little bit of fluffier snow, so we'll see about that for your Sunday. Otherwise, temperatures and conditions looking just fine for all your travel conditions, which is oh so important this time of year, right, Holly?
Absolutely, and today is going to be a big travel day on the roads and at the airports. Right now, we're looking at a bright green map. Since 4 a.m., I've been tracking a traffic alert in the Sylmar area. Moments ago, they just cleared all lanes. It just happened right now, so I didn't have time to update the map. But thankfully, this crash that was hopefully going to be cleared a little after 5 is clear now. All lanes open south 5 near the 405. From there in Atwater Village, I can also clear a hazard I mentioned at 4 a.m. South 2 to the south 5, that roadway is cleared of that stalled vehicle. From there, let's take a look at downtown Los Angeles. Good conditions right now on the 10 and also the 110. And no traffic on the north 5 from East LA into downtown Los Angeles. I'm just noting just a little bit of slowing on that southbound 5, and that could be to the wreck that I mentioned earlier on the South 5 connector to the East 60. West 10 commute 5 to the 405 will take 11 minutes right now. Speeds in the 60s. All looks good through downtown LA and Mid-City. Adrian, Lynette, over to you.
Thank you, Holly.
Time now for Hollywood Buzz. You didn't think Wicked Mania was slowing down, did you? Well, Wicked for Good has become a holiday blockbuster. Now comes word a new book is on the way.
It's like yes, people cannot get enough.
They're obsessed, yeah. and people love Glinda. They want to know her origin story. Not sure if Ariana Grande would be in it, because if it's about Glinda's childhood, they'd probably take a younger actress. But I say, I guarantee wicked mania is continuing.
I like when you say they're obsessed, when you were there, like, opening day, right?
Yes, but in all fairness, yes, call me out. I am a Wicked fan, but it was for Holden.
Oh, okay.
My daughter, she's 9.
She's obsessed.
It's all her,
You're just
guys.
being a supportive mom.
Of course. I'm just the tag along.
All right,
Thanks, Holly.
All right, a community is waiting.
General Rambula, and we want to check in with Kelley right now, who's in for Berlin. And we've been talking about that. We're expecting this warm up right in time for the holiday, right?
Today is likely our warmest day of the week. Temperatures up into the 80s, but it is going to look a lot different than what we'll experience for tomorrow because it's that ridge of high pressure that's going to flatten out and all this cloud cover is going to move in for your Thanksgiving. So that will be a little bit different, but still generally mild. Quick look at what we're expecting in terms of your daylight time for today. 6:30, 6 a.m. is when we'll see that sun rise. It will set at 4:44, so make sure you take advantage of your 10 hours and 8 minutes, especially if you're going to be traveling during that time. I want to give you a look at our skies for what we can expect for today. Around 9 a.m., we should be warming up into those 70s, nice and comfortable, pretty sunny skies out there. As we head into the afternoon hours, we'll be up in the low 80s, but you might start to notice a few extra clouds starting to move in, and they will continue to do so as we head into the late evening hours and into your Thanksgiving on Thursday. Cloudy skies overhead sticking with us, so not exactly the prettiest view outside, but it makes for great pictures, promise. So if you've got the family members that want to get all the photos for the holidays, take advantage of those cloudy skies. You'll have good camera weather all day long. Holly, how is our traffic looking? I think our weather conditions are pretty good for that, at least for the next couple days.
Mild weather. We've had a beautiful week so far. This isn't so pretty in the Boyle Heights area, though. South 5 to the east 60. There's a crash on the connector. The transition road is blocked. So I just want to mention that if you're looking for an alternate, if you're traveling down the South 5, you can always connect to the East 10, and then from the South 710, connect to the East 60. So I'll continue to update you on this situation. Just a reminder, mentioned this a few minutes ago, all lanes back open following a traffic alert on the South 5 near the 405. Traffic is rebounded, moving nicely in the area. North 5 Drive, Downey to the 134, under 20-minute speeds in the 60s. Things look great through Downey and East LA. Lynette, over to you.
All right, Holly, thank you. There is
But you're a winner, too.
Well,
right?
She's not an easy puppy. Yeah,
And she won, too, right?
She won.
Yeah.
Those, you know, a lot of people say it's the eyes. They look at you. For me, it was her ears.
Just a little
big. She's got big ears. We thought she'd grow into them. She hasn't. That's okay.
That's adorable. If you are going to bring home a furry friend or have your own furry friends, make sure that you are keeping your trash like secure and away from them. So important. Do not feed anyone any bones or like turkey skin that has been seasoned. And honestly, we used to just put the cats away because people coming in and out.
Yeah.
It's just busy. I always go for the pet tips because we got to keep everyone safe and thankful.
Yes.
You know, we got to keep it nice, but that's the sweetest thing. I love that. What a good idea. All right, let's take a look at what we can expect for today. High pressure is building, so we got nice warm temperatures. Those are going up into the 70s, the 80s. We can dance along in the 70s and the 80s, but we also have some 30s and 40s. Those are gusts, 30 to 40 mile per hour winds. They're going to get nice and windy for us for our most wind-prone spots. We'll talk about where that is. Cloudy conditions for your Thanksgiving, but still dry. Still mild. You don't have to worry about rain, promise. That'll all be good. Let's take a look at this wind advisory we've been talking about this morning. It's only in place until noon, and it's only for select areas, really right along our county line between Los Angeles and Ventura counties. This is where we're expecting to see sustained winds from 15 to 30 miles per hour, gusts up to 45 miles per hour. I said a little bit earlier on, I'll say it again, if you've got any holiday decor already up, make sure it is nailed down, strapped down, whatever it's got to be, because otherwise it might end up in your neighbor's yard if you live in these areas. Let's talk about these hour-by-hour winds. They are going to continue to move from gusts in the 30-mile-per-hour zone this morning for areas like Simi Valley, down to like that 20 to 30-mile-per-hour zone as we head toward the afternoon. Remember that wind advisory is only in place until noon. After that, a little easy breezy at times, getting a little gusty, but shouldn't be quite as bad. Let's talk sky conditions. Pay attention to the timing over here. For today, sunny skies, 70s, 80s, but clouds will start to roll in tonight. And boy, do they get widespread. Look at that. It will be a cloudy Thanksgiving because that high pressure is flattening out. It's going to let in a lot of that cloud cover. Then as we look ahead towards your Friday, A little bit of morning fog going to sneak in for us, and we do have several foggy mornings ahead as we go from your Black Friday into Saturday and Sunday. So if you're heading out for any early morning sales, be aware that you could be running into some low visibility. But generally speaking, we got a lot to be thankful for when it comes to our weather, especially when you compare it to what we had last week. We've got temperatures that are in the mid to upper 70s for our Thanksgiving. Again, cloudy skies sticking around with us, but nice conditions. Of course, a little bit cooler in the low 60s for the high desert, our mountain communities in the 50s. But that's pretty pleasant for this time of year, certainly above normal by a few degrees. Let's talk about what happens after as we look ahead toward your long weekend. Morning fog stays with us for the Los Angeles Basin, inland Orange County, and the coast as we look ahead toward your Saturday and possibly even into your Sunday. Sunday's an interesting day for us because while I expect we'll have some morning fog in the valleys, look what we got there for the Inland Empire. The farther east you go, we actually increase your chances for maybe, just maybe, a little bit of rain. This is a little quick slider system that's going to come on in, try and drop a little bit of precipitation, not a lot. This will not be widespread. Again, Inland Empire could see this, the low desert could see this, and really what I think we all hope for is that our mountains could see some of this, and that could result in a little bit of snow as we look ahead from Saturday night into Sunday. Some cool temperatures. Will it last? These temperatures get pretty warm during the daytime hours, so not a lot of this tends to stick, but we're piling it on. We're doing the best we can. Hopefully your traffic is not piling on, right, Holly?
It definitely is not.
Oh,
not
good.
Right now. So much green, holiday light again for now, because it is going to be a busy travel day on the roads and also at the airports. In Inglewood, we have a two-vehicle crash south 405 near La Tijera Boulevard. One of these vehicles went down the embankment. At this time, it does not seem to be impacting the main line of the south 405 for folks making their way towards the 105. Of course, if that changes, I will let you know. From there, let's check a drive time west 105 Downey to LAX. As I just mentioned, a lot of people flying out of LAX today, so give yourself lots of time to head to the airport. Like right now is a fantastic time because the west 105 is clear through Linwood and also Hawthorne, and then south 5 Sun Valley to the 10. This drive an easy 16 minutes, speeds in the 60s, no problems through Burbank, Glendale, or Elysian Park. And then west 91 Buena Park to the 110, that drive under 20 minutes, speeds in the upper 60s. It's clear through Cerritos, Bellflower, and also Compton. Coming up in a few, we'll check conditions on the west 210 in Glendora. It's 4:56. You're watching Today in LA.
We're going to toss it right over to Kelley Moody. She's in for Berlin because everybody wants to know what the forecast is.
Oh, well, of course, because we've got all that traveling to do and we're welcoming our family members. We want to make sure we give them the best experience possible. But it's a bit of a chilly start. And this is kind of interesting because this is also our warmest day of the week. But for some, it's the coolest morning. Temperatures in the 20s right now in Big Bear, 30s for Lancaster, Victorville. And that's also where we have a frost advisory in effect for Palmdale, Lancaster. That goes into effect, or stays in effect rather, until 9 a.m. because those temperatures easily could be dipping down around or near freezing. So we have to protect all our sensitive plants, or as we were talking about in the last half hour, our sensitive pets. They want to snuggle with you. They'll keep you extra warm with this frost advisory. So this is a pretty limited area, but all of us are going to be feeling those cool temperatures because we've got those clear skies overhead. That is about to change, though. We get a little blanket of cloud cover coming up here. So as we progress through the rest of this morning, we'll watch our temperatures warm up into the upper 60s by 10 a.m., upper 70s by noon. Some spots even getting into the 80s by 4 p.m. in the mid to upper 70s. But watch as we start to cool on down for the evening hour. Upper 60s by 7 p.m. Cloud cover rolling on in, stays with us overnight. A cloudy Thanksgiving for us, but don't worry, no chances for rain. I won't spook you with that. Things are going to be just fine. Just a little cloudy overhead. Holly, how are things looking out on the roads?
I don't mind those clouds, Kelley. Well, right now, lots of green. The only place I'm noticing a little bit of slowing right now is in the Monterey Park area, eastbound 10, and that's between Atlantic and Rosemead Boulevard. Nothing listed going on the CHP log. If I get more information, I'll let you know. Now, we do have a hazard in Downey North 5 south of the 605. Vehicle is stuck in the center divider. Thankfully, this is not impacting traffic for folks making their way up towards Commerce. From there in Orange County, seeing lots of green. All looks good on the 5 through Anaheim, Santa Ana, Irvine. I don't see any problems through Fullerton Fullerton, Brea, Fullerton, and Anaheim on the 57, and it's clear on the 91 through Anaheim Hills and also Anaheim. West 210 commute, Glendora to Glendale, under 20 minutes right now. Speeds in the upper 60s through Azusa, Irwindale, Monrovia, Arcadia, and also the Pasadena area. And then South 14, Palmdale to the 5, that drive 33 minutes. Speeds in the 60s. It's clear through Acton, Canyon Country, and also Santa Clarita. Coming up, I'll take you to Corona. Right now, we head back to Adrian and Lynette.
All right, thank you, Holly. 5:02 right now.
All right, take a quick peek across the country. If you're going to be headed out on the roads, these are your daytime highs for today. Cooler to the north, warmer to the south. That's kind of how things tend to work. If you're staying put, you can expect mild conditions over the next couple of days. Temperatures in the 70s, but cloudy skies. Those are going to be moving in for your Thanksgiving holiday. Plus, we're tracking chances for some late weekend rain. We'll have more on that coming up. Holly?
All right, thanks, Kelly. Good morning to you on this Wednesday. Taking a look at the drive from Riverside to Anaheim on the West 91. That drive only 43 minutes right now. Conditions look easy for the time being. That's going to all change in the next hour or so. It's clear between the 15 and the 241. Coming up, I will take you to Sherman Oaks. It's 5:12. You're watching Today in LA.
But also, like, don't show up empty-handed, like, anywhere. I do not go to someone's house empty-handed.
Yeah.
Like, that is a strict rule. So,
Like for
that's my
any,
hot take.
like anytime you go to their house?
Like, if we're having, like, any sort of dinner party or, like, affair of sorts, I am bringing something. It doesn't have to be big, but you don't show up empty-handed. That's my hot take.
I like to bring flowers or
Yeah.
like you can't always bring wine because not everybody drinks.
No, that's fine.
Dessert.
You can bring dessert.
Dessert's fine.
Yeah.
You gotta have a treat. You know, it's all good. But yeah, the dish is a tough one. I don't know what you do about your dish.
I would just be emotionally prepared that you're leaving it
That
there.
dish could
Don't
stay
bring
there.
your favorite one.
You're leaving the food. You're leaving the food. I think they mean dish as in the dish that you brought, the dish of food.
Yeah.
But I think because I don't want to keep everybody's dishes. Right?
True. I also feel like I'd be rather insulted if they're like, here, we put together your dish for you to take home. I'm like, oh, well, you didn't like it very much. Thank you so much. Okay, I guess I'll take my dish home. Over the next couple of days, you can expect lots of family drama. No, I'm kidding. You can expect light to moderate winds. Your Santa Ana winds are going to be with us. Some spots will be gusty. Your daytime highs are going to be in the 70s and the 80s for today. They get a little bit cooler for tomorrow, but not by too much. And we don't welcome in any chances for potential precipitation until we look ahead toward the late weekend. We'll time that out and talk about where those spots are in a moment, but let's talk a little bit more about those winds. We've been telling you about this wind advisory that you can see really kind of stretches across Ventura County into Los Angeles County for some of our most wind-prone spots, areas like the Santa Susana Pass. This is going to be in effect until noon today, so not too long, but during this time we could easily see gusts up to 45 miles per hour. So if you're traveling in or out of this area, take a little bit of extra caution. You could run into some crosswinds, and make sure that all your holiday decor is not going to blow away into your neighbors. Let's go ahead and track things out for your winds here. You can pay attention on the side to kind of that meter to get a range of what you can expect here, but I can tell you we're likely looking at some peak wind gusts around 40 miles per hour for those areas that are most wind prone. But you can see also areas like the Cajon Pass, the Banning Pass could be working with some strong gusty winds as well. We'll continue to watch things ease off a little bit as we make our way into the early evening hours, but still at least breezy at times. As we look ahead toward your Thursday, things start to back off a little bit more. Take a look at what happens though Friday. Our onshore flow does return, and that's going to be impacting our communities up in the high desert and our mountain communities. So that's just an early heads up for you as we look ahead toward your Friday. But we got a ways to go until then. You got nice sunny skies for your Wednesday, but as we head into Wednesday night, more and more cloud cover is going to continue to stream across. That stays with us into your Thanksgiving. So cloudy skies overhead for your Thursday. You really can't escape them no matter where you are in Southern California. This is a good blanket of cloud cover that stays with us, but not expecting any precipitation with this. As we look ahead toward Friday morning, some fog gets left behind. We're going to keep that over the next couple of days for some spots, our fog-prone spots, if you will. So expect that we're going to watch that keep rebuilding. I'm going to take you around town all throughout this morning. If you're spending your Thanksgiving in Orange County, you can again expect those mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures that are going to be in the mid-70s, peaking early afternoon, in the 60s by the time we get around 7 p.m. if you've got later dinner plans, which also they say you're supposed to do your Thanksgiving dinner earlier in the afternoon, so then you can kind of enjoy your food coma after that. Morning fog expected for areas in the Los Angeles Basin, inland OC and the coast over the next several days. We'll bring in some of that fog for the valleys on Sunday as well. Sunday's significant because there are some spots, not all spots, that could see just a little bit of rain. One of those spots includes the Inland Empire. We could also see that in the low desert, just trying to spit at us a little bit as we work with a little slider system. Not very polite, but could be polite for the mountains. We'll take a little bit of a snow shower there, potentially for our Saturday moving into Sunday. Temperatures there hanging out in the 40s and 50s. Holly, how are things looking out on the roadways?
Things are looking great right now. I got to say, I do agree with you, Kelly. I think anytime you're a guest at someone's home, you got to bring a little something, whether it's a bottle of wine, candle, flowers. It's just being thoughtful. All right, let's zoom into the West LA area. There is a report of a fire south 405 at Santa Monica Boulevard. This is a brush fire that's been reported over to the right shoulder. It is not impacting the main line. There is no official closures, but if anything changes and something shuts down, of course, I will keep you posted. South 405 Drive, Mission Hills to the 105, a 25-minute commute right now. Speeds in the 60s. Traffic is light through North Hills, Van Nuys, Sherman Oaks, and also Bel Air. In the Inland Empire, light conditions for the most part. Things look good through Rancho Cucamonga on the 210. And things just getting a little busier on the West 91 through Corona. West 91 Drive, Riverside to Anaheim is going to take about 45 minutes. Speeds in the 50s. I have a frog in my throat. Got to drink some water, so I'm going to get back to the desk.
All right, Holly.
Ribbit.
Yeah. We'll grab some more.